One day I was out hunting. It was sunny, and it seemed like animals of all kinds were enjoying the weather. However, I did not just kill whatever jumped in front of me. No, I wanted the real prey. That was when I saw it. It must have seen me, because it was already fleeing. A white elk. I hadn't seen anything like this before, and I felt it. I felt the hunger inside me, my arrows longing for fresh blood on their tips. The hunt had begun. The white elk was fast. It sought for higher ground, but so did I, and the mountain wind greeted me cold but friendly. I'd followed the elk to the end of the mountain. Below us was the mere death, and the elk knew that it was trapped. I drew my bow and quickly sent an arrow through the air, but I missed. It turned its head immediately and ran along the mountainside. Now it was trapped for real. For the second time I reached for an arrow, ran it across the bow, and let go. Relief spread out in my body. I had done it. The white elk was lying there, helpless, and with an arrow sticking out of it. I went to cut the elk, when suddenly something happened. I stopped immediately, with hands on my bow if anything was to attack me. I couldn't believe my own eyes. Above the elk was its own spirit standing there, just as lively as it had been during the hunt. I slowly approached it.
Well met, hunter.
The elk spoke to me. My grandpa used to tell stories of animal spirits rising from their dead body to greet the hunters from Hersin, the Daedric prince of the hunt. "Are you Hersin?" I asked, a little nervously.
I am the spirit of the hunt. Just one glimpse of the glorious stalker that your kind calls Hersin.
What would you ask of me? I am nothing but a hunter.
Your fealty is precious to me. I will make good use of it. You bear my ring. The one who stole it has fled to what he thinks is his sanctuary. Just as a bear climbs a tree to escape the hunt, but only ends up trapping himself. Seek out this rogue shifter. Tear the skin from his body and make it an offering to me.
It was true, what he spoke of. There once was a hunter from my town, just like me. He was good, both in hunting and to the people. But he was cursed to be the never-ending hunter, a beast which many know under the name of werewolf. I had nothing against this hunter, but the whole town was furious. They wanted to kill him right away. One night he came to speak to me. He told me about this ring that was supposed to keep his hunting under control, but that he had no need of it anymore. So he gave the ring to me before he vanished from the town to the bloated man's grotto. And now it was my job to find him and kill him. "It shall be done as you ask," I said.
Fly, my hunter. There are others who vie for my favor. A bit of competition. Don't dally while the prey flees.
I sought to the bloated man's grotto. It wasn't far away, and I was able to get there by foot. Here, nature was blooming in all its glory, and I was just one tiny bit in this massive symbiosis. As I reached the cavern, I felt my own fear as tiny roots in my shoes, but I knew my fate, and Hersin's order was to be carried out. Inside the cavern, a frightening sight approached me. Several men were spread around, bleeding and suffering. I guess only few were actually alive. One was able to speak, and he asked,
Has the blood moon called you, fellow hunter?
"What happened here?" I asked.
But more will come. Bring him down for the glories of Lord Hersin.
As I went further, the blood-red full moon shined above me, and on a cliff the most fearsome werewolf stood.
You? Why?
He looked at me with anger in his eyes, and I knew that all he wanted to do was to tear open my ribcage and rip out my heart. I gathered all the courage I had and unified it in my hands around my sword. Then I faced him and killed him. As his furry body was lying there on the ground, I once again held onto my sword and tore off the skin of the werewolf. As with the elk, the soul of the man now stood in front of me.
You've done well, Hunter.
"I did what you asked," I said.
And found my favor. That skin will serve you well, child. Look more closely at it. My glory shall protect you from all this world's grievances. Good hunting.
And by that, Hersin, the Daedric prince of the hunt, vanished in front of me.